The silence in our house had a weight to it. It wasn't a peaceful quiet, it was a dense, empty space where words used to live. Our marriage had become a masterpiece of negative space, defined only by what was missing. Ben and I were two figures in a vast, minimalist composition, barely touching. He, a former academic star whose light had dimmed, now spent his evenings backlit by the blue glow of his phone, scrolling through other people's vibrant lives. I, a graphic designer, poured all my color, all my passion onto digital canvases, creating worlds where communication was clear and intentional. At home, our dialogue was reduced to logistics. Did you pick up the dry cleaning? And we're out of milk. So when Ben casually remarked one morning, you were tossing and turning all night, restless, it felt less like a concern and more like an accusation. Another data point proving my dysfunction. I was not, I said, my voice flat. To prove him wrong, or perhaps to find some shred of empirical truth in the sterile quiet of our home, I downloaded a sleep tracking app. It promised insights, data, charts. I craved data. Data couldn't lie. The first few nights were unremarkable. The app's little audio graphs showed gentle hills in my breathing, the occasional sharp peak of a sheet rustling or a distant siren. It was boring, and I felt vindicated. Then, a week in, I woke up, slid my thumb across my phone screen and saw a red flag. A recording auto-labeled by the algorithm, unusual noise. My finger hovered over the play button, I pressed it. A sound whispered out of the tiny speaker, intimate and rough, a man's voice so close to the microphone it was layered with the sound of breath. She can't find out. I dropped the phone. The thud on the duvet was the only sound in the room. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic, trapped bird. I scanned the room, the shadows in the corners, the sliver of darkness under the door. I slipped out of bed, my feet cold on the hardwood, and began a silent, terrified patrol. The front door was locked, the deadbolt thrown, the kitchen window secure, every point of entry was sealed. I crept back into the bedroom. Ben was a still lump under the covers, oblivious. Ben, I whispered, shaking his shoulder. Ben, did you hear anything last night? He grunted, rolling over. Hear what? A voice. Someone. My own voice broke. He sighed, the sound a mix of impatience and pity. Alara, it was probably the TV next door. Or the app is glitching, you're being paranoid. He rolled back over, taking the warmth of the blankets with him, and left me shivering in the cold, vast silence, now filled with a new and terrifying static.